Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mediumship by Picasso. My name is Picasso Roberts, and I'm a psychic medium and author. I want to say thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate you taking the moments, whether it's 30 seconds or 3 hours or whatever it is. You're stopping by. It brings energy to the channel, and I really super appreciate it. While you're here, if you can subscribe and like the videos that you watch, that would be greatly appreciated as well. It's just about building a foundation, and I'm doing it very organically. You know, there are some channels that buy likes. I feel the need to keep it organic. I'm not an everything organic person, but I will tell you when it comes to something like this that I'm working on, I try to keep it as real as I possibly can. It's just, I have to feel good about it, and I can't feel good about buying support in that way. So while you're here, like, subscribe, hang out. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. If you have any questions or there's something that you want to know about, don't ever hesitate to pop it in the comment section. I'm happy to support in whatever way I can. If I don't know the information, I'll definitely try to locate it or tune in with spirit and figure out what it is that you're needing to know. All right. So, gosh, I don't know about you, but for me, these past couple of weeks, it's been a while since I've actually done a video. I've been just trying to hold myself together, working really hard at the day job that I do at the bed and breakfast in the historic district of St. Augustine, which I love that house. Absolutely love that house. It's beautiful. I get to see the sunrise, which is one of my favorite things. And then it's just all about the energy. That house has good energy. So that keeps me going, but it's hard work. So I call it a kind of a CrossFit. So, which is good because it helps me get into my jeans. And then, I don't know, it's getting me in shape. And what's interesting, about getting in shape, it's one of the things that we sometimes let slide, and I have let slide over the years. And by getting in shape, I don't just mean the body, but also the mind and the spirit. I've been lacking in a lot of that lately, and I really felt the need to connect with my peeps this morning and just say, hey, what are we doing? What am I doing? Where do I need to be? How can I best support? What can I do to make things flow better and, have me stay in that spiritual work even more? I was guided to do an upper room meditation. And that's just basically, rocking up to the table with your peeps. Janet Nahavik did an upper room meditation. I sort of did the same thing, getting it from her, but you'll find it in one of my vids. It's titled Upper Room Meditation. If you have trouble finding it, just reach out to me and I'll send you the link to it. It's right here on my channel. So basically, when I say upper room, you're going into that sacred space with you and your spirit guides or your loved ones. In this particular case, for me, I needed to just really connect to my team and figure out, what the hell? What are we doing? What's going on? And as I sat down, I felt that support. I felt that energy and had that little discussion about what's going to be the most astute and highest good for me. So one of the things is prepping my body, prepping my mind, prepping my spirit for what's to come. And, my body has shrunk because of the physicality, the physical work that I've been doing, which is good. You want to shrink that ass if you can, get back into your favorite pair of jeans or, feel good about the way you look. That's a really good thing, but you also have to take care of the inside too. So for me, I was guided to focus on cleaning that shit out, cleaning up the cholesterol, cleaning up the things in my diet, the things that I'm putting in my body, and on my body so that my mind can be clearer, my thoughts can be clearer, that I don't feel so clouded or, foggy with my thought process. And then spending more time with spirit, energetically speaking, keeping that wavelength open, that channel open to have the discussions on what I need to do and how I can step up for others as well. As one of my mentors would say, it's not about you, it's about spirit. And while I love spirit, sometimes spirit forgets that we have this physicality that is sometimes a struggle. So I'm trying to get it all dialed in and getting it all back on the same page, and so I can move forward with clarity and feel good about those messages that I'm getting through. They've been really good about that, though, I must say, that the clarity in which I'm hearing them is becoming stronger, and I am so grateful for that. And just for them to show up for me, I am super, super grateful. I'm glad to do the work. I'm glad to be a part of it. Whatever it takes, So I'm listening to them. So I have switched my, I always drink tea whenever I'm doing a vid. It's a little thing that I like to do. So today, this one, I've got my big pink cup because I want to slow my roll just a little bit. This one says Mama needs more coffee, but in fact, I'm being guided to get off coffee a little bit. So I'm cutting coffee, which I always do the creamer with the coffee, which is crap. It's junk that I'm putting in my body. And all these little things cause inflammation. When you're dealing with inflammation, sugar, the toxic crap, palm oils and things like that, go into those creamers and things, and what's on the coffee that you're taking in. So I'm going to try to clean it up with doing green teas and organic. Just keeping it real, peeps, just keeping it real. So I trust my guides, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Learning how to and knowing that you can trust your guides if you just listen. Just listen. If you're hearing I call them my peeps, your guides. If you're hearing your guides tell you, slow down in this, or add that, or do more of this, or whatever. If you're uncertain if you're hearing it correctly, ask them. Am I hearing you right? Is that most astute? Is that astute for me? You can just ask them. They'll tell you. You'll hear that, or you'll feel that. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah, that feels good. I do it all the time. Just to be sure. Because, hell's bells. I don't want to go off coffee if I didn't have to. I love a coffee. I love all the flavors and everything. But I also love connecting with spirit, and I want to make sure that those things that I'm hearing are correct, that are insightful, that my mind will be clear enough to get all the right words that need to come out for the messages that need to come out for those who need them. I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, not the best video, I'm certain. But it's going to be, this is my step in the right direction. So bear with me. All right. But really, one of the biggest things that I'm wanting to talk about this week is cleaning that shit up. So cleaning the body up, cleaning the mind up, cleaning that spirit up, making sure that those things that are the emotions that are clouding the mind, if it's anger or just frustration or, sadness or grief or whatever it is, it's okay to feel those things, but allow that to go through you, not to stick with you. Emotions are really important. We have them for a reason. It's a part of our process. It's part of processing those human things that we're going through, those lessons and, all of that we're going through. It's important that we allow that process and that healing to happen for us. it all makes a difference with regards to what's happening with your body. So yeah, it's all about cleaning it up. For me, it's about making decisions that are going to help in moving forward. So rather than sometimes staying with a situation or staying with an emotion or in whatever scenario you're dealing with, think about how much that is helping you or not helping you. If it's hindering your spirituality, if it's hindering your growth as a person, then think twice about sticking around, or make a decision. If you have to stick around in a particular situation, make sure that you're moving, if not forward, at least laterally, for the best and highest good for you and your team. You cannot control what's happening with other people. You cannot control how people will perceive you or what things are happening with them. Just focus on you for the moment and your process and do the best that you can. That's what I'm trying to do. And sometimes that means saying no and setting a boundary and saying, nope, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to sit in that space or be in that energy. It is not for my highest good. It's not for the highest good for the people around me if you're going to put me in that scenario. So decisions are really important. If you cannot find your way forward, maybe move laterally until you can move forward. Just a thought. Just a thought. As long as you're not being harmed, as long as the people around you are not being harmed, that you're looking for the most astute and highest good for yourself and for others. For yourself primarily, because you can't put that mask on somebody else unless you have the air to breathe yourself, so you can function. You know what I mean? That whole airplane scenario. Anyways, all right. It's going to be a short video this week. I wanted to pull a card. Yeah, the basic message of the week is clean your shit up. Inside, outside, spiritually, mind, body, all of that, all together. Breathe some good air. Think some good thoughts. Keep your vibration up. You listen to some good music. If you're going to be in the car for a long time, my drive is really, it's not really long. I spend about an hour and a half in the car every day, getting to and from work, that sort of thing. So I try to listen to comedy radio on my way back home. I listen to music on the way to work, and then comedy radio on the way back home. Or I'll pop a book on tape. Just some story to listen to rather than the crap that spins in your head after a day's work. All right, that's one. Let's do. Yeah. The deck that I'm pulling from today, by the way, is the John Holland deck. It's the Spirit Messages, Daily Guidance, and Oracle cards. I love this deck. This was given to me by my friend Sam. And thank you, Sam, by the way. And I got 2 cards. I was shooting for 3. So let's just go. My pull is a little bit different. Oftentimes, readers will have you do what you want. But readers will often say when they're doing the pull, pick card 1, 2, or 3. I don't really do that. I might start doing it, but right now, I'm going to give you what I got. Can we have one more? Or are we just going with 2? I think we're just going with 2. All right, no problem. I was going to shoot for 3, but we're just going to go with 2. Let me just have a little sippa. Oh, jasmine tea. I love jasmine tea. So the first card, hold on, this was Soul Solitude. So very on point with what's going on, what the conversation about the conversation with spirit that I had today in that upper room meditation, Soul Solitude. So taking care of and giving health and wellness to the soul, treating it almost as an organ, treating it as like you would treat your lungs, or as you would treat your heart, giving it healthful ways to grow. Soul solitude. He says, your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. It's one of the reasons why I do that upper room meditation, because it puts me in that sacred space. No matter if I'm doing that meditation on my couch behind me, oftentimes I'll do it in my car or in a park, on a trail or whatever. But it is that sacred space that's being created so that you can hear, so that you can have that peace, so that you can have that growth. It's really a cool vibe. It's a cool way to focus on the soul, on the growth of the soul. Soul solitude. Do you want to talk about anything else with this? They want to talk about the expansion of the soul as well, about, how when you bring peace to your energy, to your soul, yourself, your soul, and then you expand out. They want to talk about expanding out with clarity. They want to talk about pushing that energy out, pushing that soul energy up and out, and how beautiful and expansive that can be. This is such a beautiful way to connect with not just your own soul and creating peace for the soul, but it is a beautiful way to connect with your surroundings. It's just pushing that energy out, connecting with the earth, connecting with the elementals and the spirit animals around as well. It's truly a beautiful thing. All right, so that's soul solitude. Find peace. And the second card is trust, which often comes up, when you're, my hair hanging off of me. Hang on a second. So trust, it often comes up when you're connecting with yourself and with your guides. Am I hearing you clearly? Am I hearing it correctly? Am I feeling you? Are you touching me? Are you trying to blend with me? Are you trying to give me a message? Trust what you hear. Trust what you feel. Trust what you taste. Trust all of those things that might seem fleeting as it's passing through your mind or passing through your being. Trust is really, really important. You can't get anywhere without trust. Trust yourself first. Trust yourself. It's okay. It's okay to trust yourself. You always have. One of the things that I want to bring up along with this, Spirit is showing me is when you're digging deep to find the strength to trust, because it takes strength and it takes courage, to trust. Courage mostly, right? You cannot forget in these moments that you're not alone. So when you're contemplating, am I hearing this correctly? Am I feeling that correctly? If I do this, am I going to be okay? If I do that, am I going to be okay? Remember that you're not alone in these decisions. That Spirit is right there with you. Your loved ones are right there with you. Your spirit guides, your team, they're right there supporting you no matter which direction you go. They're going to help you. So let go of that chokehold that you have. Let go and ride that wave. Ride that wave of vulnerability. Ride that wave of trust. Know that you're going to get there. You're going to be okay, no matter what. Don't freak out and drown the person or drown the beings that are trying to save you or trying to support you. All right? Give in a little bit and trust. It's okay. All right. So those are the 2 cards that we got for today. First and foremost, the message for the week basically is clean that shit up. Clean up the body, clean up the mind, clean up the spirit so that you can hear clearly, feel clearly, see clearly, think clearly so that you're less bogged down with other people's shit. And then the first card that we got for the week is soul solitude, right? Find peace in that. And then trust. Trust that you're not alone. Trust in the decision-making process. Trust in asking for help and knowing that you'll receive it. Those are just a few little things to help you get. Oh, sorry, knocked my computer. Those are just a few of the little things that are going to help remind you this week with all the changes going on. It's okay to make changes. It's okay. Other people are just going to have to deal with it. Do the best that you can do for you. It's not being selfish. It's all about taking care of yourself first, and then you can care for others. So clean the shit up. Do the best that you can do. Lean on trust. Your spirit guides are there. Your loved ones are there to help you. Don't forget to check out my website, if you could, please. It's mediumshipbypicasso.com. If you want to book a reading, you can do that on my website. If you want to buy my book, Walking the Way, you can do that via my website, or you can do that on Amazon if you want. And then what else? Yeah, I don't have any big events coming up right now. That, not to say that that won't change in the near future. So keep looking at the vids. I've got to learn how to stream, and it's one of my next to-do projects, so that I can do some Q&As with you guys. I'd love to be able to do that live. So hopefully I will get that in order very shortly, and that's it. Take care of yourself this week. Cut yourself a little slack, and just behave, be good. Peace. We'll see you next week.